So, I can't sleep. I have had some thoughts in my head for honestly several weeks now, and they just have been more and more invasive, and now I'm at a bursting point. I can't I can't move on I, because I'm just becoming so obsessive with these ideas. I know a lot of you people, a lot of new people, are here to see how the press works. I showed you the press, and I really just kind of gave you a rough overview, not really like how to use it. And I want to make that video next. Um, uh, but one, um, I my life is a bit of a mess right now. I mean, I'm always a mess, but I'm unemployed and a possibly new job this week. So um, anyway, that doesn't matter. The point is I'm a mess, and uh, getting back into my recycling so I can make the videos is difficult because the stuff isn't something I'm actively working on, and so unfortunately I'm probably going to be making videos about what I'm actively working on. I just have to go with where my brain is. So I'm sorry if you're going to have to wait a bit until how to use the press or more information on the press. I'm trying. I am terrible at this. Um, what I've been doing lately, probably saw the shorts, but I've been cutting up grocery bags. Um, uh, yeah, so this is called Plarn, plastic yarn, and you just cut grocery bags up into loops, and they're very useful. They're used with knitting, crocheting, cool stuff. And there's this lady, Gem Fox YouTube channel I've mentioned before, has a really good method of turning this into cord or plord. I don't know, but a plastic cord. It's really nice. Um, it's a little bit more sturdy than just like the thin Plarn. Now there's some cool stuff you make with Plarn, but I think like the cord it's a little bit cooler for me for my purposes. Um, uh, she has a great method, but there's two problems with her method, and I even long before I made this channel, I was like I wanted to do like my own video, kind of redoing her method like in my own way. Um, uh, Okay, so one problem with Plarn here, I'm just going to do it. This isn't the two things, but there is one problem with Plarn, in that the way most people do it is they really just kind of use it real thin like this. And they basically use this as yarn itself. And it's really thin, it's really breakable. And what they do is they just do one of those loopy-doos. I don't know, that is a technical term. Okay, they feed it in through itself, right? And then they tighten it down. So, boom. Alright, and now you have a string of Plarn. You do this a whole bunch, you get a lot of Plarn. That's great. The problem is, you get a knot. So you have this light, wispy stuff, and then like a bump, like through it. Pretty annoying, especially if you're crocheting. I am terrible at crocheting. I've done it like 2 or 3 times. I am not good at it. It is not my thing, but whatever. There's... Anyway, that's... So, it sucks, but hey, it's Plarn. You make stuff out of garbage. Cool. The great thing about the cord method that GemFox came up with is it uses a different loopy-doo system. I don't know, where you kind of make more of like a U shape. You've probably seen some other upcycle projects that use this method. Here, I made this cool hook for this. I'm just gonna grab the bottom one. Okay. Anyway. So it's like a loop, and then you feed another one through these loops, and you do the same thing. You kind of saddle them in themselves, and it makes like a long chain. What I really like about this method, the reason why I think GemFox's cord is really cool, is that when this is all tightened and bunched down, it's smooth. There is still like a bump there technically, but it's so much less pronounced because there's actually more plastic there. See, we have 4 wispy things. Now, okay, her method uses a crochet hook. I'm not going to do it, but it's in my playlists. A link to her video. But you basically, she makes it the same way you make yarn. And you twist this a whole bunch using a crochet hook. I'm not going to do it, but okay, there we go. You twist it a whole bunch, and this is the way like rope and stuff is made. You twist this other one in one direction, and then you hold them together, and then you go back in the other direction. Now, when you're working with yarn and I don't know, rope stuff, the fibers become entangled because you spin them one way and then you spin them together another way. They grab onto each other, and that's how you get rope, right? The thing is, plastic doesn't entangle the same way, and so the one problem I found with Jem Fox's method, well, it's not problem, but it's unnecessary, is that if you just twist them, like if I take, here we go, if I take these two, so these are untwisted, right? They're just saddled together, and I just twist it. And they're all tight together. Now this won't stay, but if you give it a slight pull, the slightest pull, you stretch the plastic. And what happens is, well, it unwinds a little bit, but it stays. That now stays together. So there is no need to twist in one direction and in another direction. There's no need to twist left or clockwise, and then counterclockwise together. You can just, whatever you twist it, you pull. So the only action required for you to make a ton of cord, like something that I've been making a whole lot of, and this has been very easy. Actually, this took a while, but I made a lot of this cord really, really quickly because it's as simple as adding another loop, and then twisting it and giving it that slight pull. And then it stays together. The plastic reshapes, tighter, and you don't want to pull it too much. Obviously there's an art to it, like all crafts. But you get such a smoother. You can still feel the bump, but if you work it a little bit, it's so unnoticeable. So you have. I think that this would be so much better for crochet and whatnot, and it's easier to make than all that twisting and winding. Now, there's another way to twist and wind, and that's the way that yarn is made. This is going to be a little bit confusing if you don't know anything about yarn, and honestly, really, I don't, but I have a cursory knowledge. But when they just take the fluff off the sheep, and you just got this fluff, and then you turn it into yarn or string, it needs to be spun, right? Because it's spinning and then it gets all tangled together. And then, anyway, gets more complicated from there. But that's what a spinning wheel is for. So I've got some pictures. This is going to be done terribly, but, oh, did I mention my computer wasn't filming video? So that's why I'm doing this in the worst way possible on my shaky phone. So I am sorry. This is awful. But like I said, the video's got to get out. So I have some pictures pulled up here. So to make this yarn, we really just need to kind of gather it up and to spin it as we go. You add a new loopy, and then spin it, pull it tight slightly, and then move on to the next one, and you can make so much quickly. I made a whole bunch at once, and I spun it all together just like a rope maker does. But you can also just do it one segment at a time, and that's what leads me to tools. Man, the tools always get me because I can't be buying all this stuff just to try it, because a lot of times things don't even work, right? This probably won't work. Anyway,